حاتم سامعيني؟ رفاه سامعاني؟
واضح دكتور، الصوت واضح.
اهلا وسهلا دكتوره يارا. دقائق بس تكون معنا دكتوره نهى. رفاه الصوت مسموع؟
نعم دكتور، الصوت مسموع.
طيب عندك الان الكنترول على البرزنتيشن، بس جربي بعد اذنك تتاكد انه شغال تمام.
عندي كنترول على البرزنتيشن
عشان تغيري السلايدز.
تمام. دقيقة بس تحكي لي كيف.
تاكدي بس
تمام ثواني.
دكتور وين شو اسمه، وين حطه؟ وين حط البرزنتيشن؟
هون أصلا مشكلة أنا مرة عملتها ونسيت من وين. بس دكتور تحكي لي من وين، لأني بصراحة ناسي، عملتها مرة وناسي من وين.
لا، في الشريط اللي في الاسفل في سهم.
تمام خلص تمام أوكي. فكرت إنه لازم أعمل شير من عندي. تمام.
لا ارجع للفيرست سلايد.
اوكي دكتور.
اوكي ناو دكتور نهى you are welcome. alright. دكتور ايوه سمعنا دكتورة نهى؟
سمعكم. مساء الخير للجميع.
مساء النور. طيب كويس، الصوت شغال تمام. طيب نبدأ إن شاء الله ونعطي المجال بعديك دكتورة يارا إدارة الجلسة. Right. Good evening, everyone. Let's start this session. First of all, welcome professors, Dr. Yara Ibrahim as the supervisor and Dr. Nuha Nijem, the examiner of the thesis of the student Rafah Saadon. First of all, please let me welcome and introduce the professors. We have Dr. Yara Ibrahim. Dr. Yara Ibrahim is an assistant professor in finance and investment with 12 years of experience in the academic field, teaching undergraduate and postgraduate courses in national and international universities. And we have Dr. Nuha Nijem. Dr. Nuha Nijem is an assistant professor of economics at Al-Azhar University in Gaza, majoring in applied economics and related research interest. In addition to her 17 years of teaching experience at Palestinian University, she worked as an academic counselor and selection specialist for Academy for Educational Development and MEDs. Dr. Nijem is identified as a specialist in grants, impact evaluation, and planning of development projects for several international organizations. Welcome for all of you. Now I will leave the floor to Dr. Yara as the supervisor to manage the defense. Dr. Yara, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good evening, Rafa. Hope you're fine.
Good evening, Doctor. I am fine. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. You have 20 minutes to present, inshallah, and then later on go to proceed with the questions.
Inshallah, 20 minutes, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will start. My topic was for this thesis about the remote working technical performance, remote working role in the employee's social performance at Aramex company. It was presented by Rafah, and my supervisor was Dr. Yara Ibrahim. I will talk about myself a bit. I am a self-driven and self-motivated student. I am a person who is positive about every aspect of life. I am 28 years old, a mother. My bachelor's degree was from Yarmouk University in mass communication and translation. I love to achieve goals, and this was one of my goals. I love to read, travel, and laugh. This is related to my work as I had experience working from home for 2 years, and I noticed that it has influenced my performance based on so many things like the workstation and people around me, the social life. And when I came back to the office, I noticed that working from office increased my performance efficiency. My social performance was better than the telecommunication I had when I was working from home. Okay, I will move to the next slide. It's the introduction. Home working is a term that refers to work that is done from home rather than in an office. And this quote was by Dye and others in 2020. The abbreviation WFH stands for this concept. During the global coronavirus pandemic, many companies has implemented a work from home policy. Working from home is becoming more relevant as many countries use the strategy of physical separation to prevent disease outbreaks. And this was from a study from Niemann 2020. Another study mentioned that point out that working from home, WFH, is also known as telecommunicating, and telecommunicating, it is defined more broadly as a flexible working arrangement in companies that enables employees to work from their place of residence or a remote location. First, committing to work from home over the past years was associated with a significant decrease in committing time, and an increase in time spent on work and or personal activities due to staying at home. However, this redistribution was heterogeneous across different workers and organizations. K4, a study, reported that companies generally aim to make the transition to remote work more seamless for fear of declining social performance, interruption of collaboration flows, and the new preparation of workers. As this has led to a digital revolution within companies, accordingly, home offices had to be equipped with the equipment necessary for employees to perform their work duties, and information technology infrastructure had to be modernized to include new security protocols, all in times of crisis. Due to the relevance of work from home, it has created importance to study its impact on various aspects of work. Therefore, the current study aimed to investigate the technical performance of working from home or the role of remote working in the employee's social performance. So I will move to the next one, the problem statement. The work environment and the nature of the job has changed dramatically during the pandemic, with thousands of workers affected. A greater moment. Sorry, the slide is not clear for me, that's why. Okay. During the working from home period, RMX has faced so many challenges to achieve the results required. So through the research, we will discuss the challenges RMX worked hard to be at the same level and follow the new procedures. We will discuss later in this study to show that working from home was not the best experience for RMX, and being in the site is more helpful for both RMX and its employees. Shipping problems were exacerbated during the corona pandemic, especially during the period of closures for domestic shipping and distribution. However, international shipping contributed for shipping crisis increased. These are the most important problems that RMX faced during the pandemic. The nature of the company's business in booking orders and other workers other than shipping and delivery are mostly offices and through the internet. So it was possible for employees to work from home, but does this affect the productivity and performance of employees? A major challenge for RMX was conducting the work from home staff with the freight crew. So the research questions, what job factors are best explaining the social and technical performance in working from home? Is working from home impacted the employee technical performance at RMX? Is working from home impacted the employee social performance at RMX company? Is working from home impacted the employee effectiveness at RMX? So the research objectives were to identify the impact of working from home during COVID-19 pandemic on RMX employees' performance, examine if working from home impacted the employee technical performance, examine if working from home impacted the employee social performance, examine if working from home impacted the employee effectiveness. So the last point will be provide the study field recommendation from a real experiment RMX company went through, as this study results in the base that will support the organization which are depending remain working from the site and how they can have the best performance results from their employees. The study hypothesis, there is impact of working from home on the technical performance of employees at RMX company at the significant level. There is an impact of working from home on the effectiveness of employees at RMX at the significance level. So the literature review will be during the working from home period, RMX has faced so many challenges to achieve the results required. So through this research, we will discuss these challenges. RMX worked hard to be at the same level and follow the new procedures we will discuss later in this study to show that working from home was not the best experience RMX went through. This study shows the influence of a sudden shift of working from home on work experience during the pandemic, especially was examined the effects of this transition on workers' productivity and duration of time they spend working on their workstations to provide the version how this experience went among workers. Data collection, the data collection was done through a survey. The study it draws the importance through the following: make use of the results of the study to identify and clear vision about the impact of the employees' performance efficiency and the quality on the outcomes from their productive time while working from home, highlighted the concept of total quality management as a gateway administrative contemporary and the possibility of benefit from it and apply its standards, provide a reference for the researchers and the students who will be follow up and start from where it ended up with the current field of study. The methodology, the researcher of the present study adopted this descriptive analytical approach. The latter approach is considered the approach that it is appropriate the most for conducting this study. The study is a case study on Aramex company in Jordan. The present study was conducted during the first semester of the pandemic year, 2023 to 2024. The researcher of the present study closed a sample of employees who work at Aramex in Jordan and consists from 60 female and female employee and survey showed that number of female are 45 and female are 15. The theoretical framework, so the performance and the productivity of organizations are debated when having employees working from home. In this regard, a study on working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic showed that working from home is linked to low level of employee productivity. Most employees show a decline experienced in productivity. It is attributed to their inadequate preparation of employees for working from home. Such inadequate preparation is attributed to the fact that the pandemic occurred suddenly. So Abrams, and it's a study mentioned here, defines job performance as the effective execution of tasks or job by employees and the useful contribution of employees to the social aspects of the work environment. He introduces the several dimensions of job performance, like technical and social performance. The first dimension refers to the ability of the employees to make correct decisions, handle demands, and perform tasks without mistakes. The second dimension is the social performance. It refers to the worker's ability to get along with the others at the workplace, avoid fighting or arguing, and make companies best practice. So the technical performance will be mentioned as the computer mediated communication skills represent an important element that ensure carrying out the work tasks efficiently in the working from home system. Computer mediated communication knowledge refers to the cognitive, comprehensive of procedural process and content involved in concluding effective and appropriate interaction in the computer mediated context.
Rafah,
Other
you only 3
skills.
minutes left.
3
Rafah,
minutes
we only
left?
have 3 minutes left. So, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I will complete, I will move to the results, if you please. So I have mentioned the theoretical framework, the social performance, the technical performance, each with the significant values. And this is the method I used for my study, built on the background literature that shows that independent variables for factors, technical performance, social performance, effectiveness, affected the dependent variables, work from home productivity, and the quality of results during the pandemic at Aramex employee survey was designed and developed based on another study. So the data analysis showed that working from home affected the technical performance, and I have mentioned the percentage here. I have divided the data analysis for working from home depending on the infrastructure were available while the work is working from home. Social performance, the technical performance for the employees during this period of time, and the workplace specification. Like I took the sample from the employees in Aramex, and I have mentioned also the data available to assess the employees which were available while working from home for the data privacy and security for the companies. As I have mentioned, the infrastructure also. So the findings, it was found that the respondents have positive attitudes towards remote working. The present study offers information about the targeted variables that are related to the employee performance. It was found that the job-related factors that affect the social technical performance when working from home include the work field, the workplace specification, the available assets, and the available infrastructure. The workplace environment directly affects the performance level of employees. It was found also that the working from home affected the technical performance level of the employees working from at Aramex company. It was found that working from home affects the social performance of the employees working at Aramex company. It was found that the relevant attribute mean that it is moderate. That means that the impact of working from home in social performance is moderate and insignificant. So the recommendations will be conducting more studies about the impact of working from home on the performance level of employees in other service factors, sectors, examining the visibility of having Jordanian companies offering job offers that require working from home. Having many similar job offers shall lead to have flexible work system locally, promoting more awareness among employees about the characteristic of the flexible work system that regulate the process of working remotely. That's it, ma'am. Thank you. يعطيك العافية دكتورة. I hope إنه ما تأخرت كتير 4 minutes.
Thank you, Rafah, so much. I now leave the floor from Dr. Noha. You can proceed, Dr. Noha.
Thank you, Dr. Yara. Hope everyone is okay. Now, your name is Rafah or Rafah or what? Could you please
My name is
pronounce your
Rafah,
name?
but you can call me Rafah. It's okay. I will be honored to call me Rafah.
Okay, Rafah, but Rafah is good too.
Thank you.
Okay, Rafah. Thank you for this good introduction and presentation on your work. Well, I would like to thank you for working on such an important trending topic. There aren't many studies on this topic in the Middle East, the Arab countries. So thank you. I just have some notes for you. Just these are some suggestions and notes to enhance your work, to show the hard work that apparently you did with under the supervision of Dr. Yara. So this is
I
just
will be
to
glad to hear them.
enrich your work. So if you would like to take any of those comments, that would be appreciated. And now I have a question for you, which I couldn't get from your work here. What's the relationship between technical performance and social performance?
So the technical performance will focus on the technical aspects, like dealing with the computer skills and finishing the tasks in the end date, or at the moment that I have to end it. Okay, the social performance will be the social relationship between me and my colleagues, such as the relationship between employees, and not to be a team member, an effective team member, not to be arguing all the time with my colleagues. That's the social attribute that I have mentioned.
Okay, so social performance is not a part of technical performance. That's what I'm getting from your
No,
explanation.
it's not a part. It's related to the performance, to the technical performance. It's for sure affects the technical performance, but it's not a part of it.
Okay, so I would appreciate it if you remove this punctuation mark, the colon, the two dots in the in the headings here in the title of the study, because it shows that social performance is a part of technical performance. That's what it indicates. And you've been working on a Aramex company in Jordan, right? Not the whole Aramex company.
Yes, in Jordan, in specific, yes.
Yeah, it would be great if you indicate that in the title of your research.
Oh, okay. In Jordan, in
Just
specific.
to avoid misleading. Yeah, misleading.
I will.
Okay. Now, another information that I didn't find anywhere. What was the time frame of your sample collection?
What was my time frame for what?
For your data collection, when did you collect the data?
Okay, it was between in this year, ma'am. It was in 2023.
Okay,
I
that's
have
an information that
yes.
you need to indicate clearly when you talk about the sampling and data collection. Now, because you know that the pandemic happened in 2020 and remote working was pretty much done during that time. So we would understand that people were trying to refresh their memories, or trying to remember the experience they had 2 years ago or so. Okay.
Yeah, I fully understand.
So
We are
that's
talking about 3 years. Yes. Okay.
yeah. So that's an important information that has to be indicated here. Because many studies were done during the pandemic, immediately post the pandemic, and yours has been done 2 years after the pandemic. So that would have some effect on the accuracy of the answers that were
Sure, I will
collected.
mention it. Sure. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I've mentioned some notes for you. You will find them in the file, so don't worry about them. Okay, I have this question. Just a second, please. I'll tell you the page. I'm trying to get the. Okay. So I had some problems with the linking paragraphs to each other. So if you move to
Which paragraph?
just a second, please. Okay. Yeah, please go to page which one? 5.
Okay,
Which part on the study problem.
okay. You want me to move to the slide of the study problem? Okay.
Do you have your paper in front of you?
Actually, no, I don't have it printed before me, and I have it on my laptop. But I am working on another person's laptop, the organizer laptop.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you will find that note on the file when you get it. Now, another question for you. When was Aramex established in your? When did it start working in Jordan? How? I didn't see any information on the background of this company, the size, a number of workers, the field of work they are doing, because it's a shipping company, right?
Yes, it's a shipping company, and I think they started at the last 70s, the beginning of 80s. It's a shipping company. It's a multinational company. Let's say it's focused in the Middle East, and they are shipping for worldwide.
It would be helpful if you give a brief on the company itself in general, and where the branch where Jordan branch is from the mother company.
Okay, in Amman.
Yes, bigger size. Because that's important in showing the value of the company and the importance of this a sector in the economy. Now, my question to you is why Aramex?
Why Aramex? Okay.
Why did
I've worked with Aramex for approximately 6 months, and then I left Aramex to be with Amazon. I think you know Amazon. And yes, I have some people at Aramex. They help me to collect the data and know more about the work environment and how they worked. Actually, she's my sister and my husband working with Aramex. And I noticed the performance efficiency while they are working from home. And I had to work from home for 2 years, for continuous 2 years during the pandemic. So actually, yes, it was easier to access to the data and collect the data from Aramex, to be honest.
Yeah, it would be useful to indicate to mention this information in your study. Why did you choose Aramex? But my question to you is why you didn't do a comparison, since you're working at Amazon or you have worked at Amazon.
Yes.
Why you didn't do a comparison between the experience of working from home between Aramex and Amazon?
Actually,
or why not to do it on Amazon, not Aramex? You're working at Amazon.
Okay, actually, I tried to write about Amazon in specific, but I felt like it's hard to collect the data, to give the survey to my colleagues. The permission is very hard to get, and they have a very complicated security data system. That's why I stopped there and I continued to another company who I found someone to help me in their locations.
Okay, great. That was just a curious question.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now, I didn't find anything on challenges regarding the work of a shipping company like Aramex worldwide. Now, you've talked about shipping problems, shipping cost, and that supply chain problem wasn't mentioned at all. Now, it would be helpful if you highlight the challenges this very important sector faced during the pandemic and the consequences of the lockdown on this specific sector. Now, you know that shipping companies also had challenges in reaching their customers because there were increasing demand on their work. So it was sometimes beyond their ability or beyond their capacity to deliver the orders on time with all the challenges. So I found that this part wasn't covered enough in the study. It wasn't highlighted to show the challenges this sector in specific faced during the pandemic. So it would be useful if you add something on the
Yeah.
challenges the sector as a whole had, because it was a global issue, and how did it affect their work in Jordan in specific?
Sure. I will give a hint about the challenges which Aramex faced during the pandemic and the shipping issues they were during that time. Yes, sure.
Yeah, there were some notes on APA system citation. Please reconsider. The part on the dimensions, it wasn't clear at all. So please clarify or restructure so it would be more.
Which part?
More organized. The part on the dimensions, just a second, I'll tell you which page. It's page 11.
Okay.
Yeah, and the citation also with regards to the quotations from other resources. The link between social performance and technical performance. Okay. Now, the questions under the technical performance part in the questionnaire are quite different than the definition mentioned under the technical performance part. So please just the technical performance part was mentioned on page 12.
Mm-hmm.
Computer mediated communication skills presented. So it has nothing to do with the part on this on technical performance in the questionnaire. So I think that you will need to revise your definition of technical performance, because it's the part mentioned in the questionnaire is very much related to your answer to my question at the beginning of the defense today. So I think you will need to reconsider this part on page 12 on technical performance.
Okay.
There are some rephrasings. Okay, there is a question on the population. Now, the sample that that you mentioned, the 60 people working at employees at Aramex, they are still working at Aramex, right?
They are still working.
And they have worked during the pandemic and still working.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Because it says here that the population of the present study is represented of employees who work from home in Jordan. So it means that they are still working from home, but I think you mean that they worked during the pandemic.
They have experienced the working from home and they're still working with Aramex until now, yes.
Right, yeah. Okay. There's there's nothing mentioned here with regards to the cost. Now, how did working from home affect the cost of work for Aramex? Did it was it positive, negative? No effect at all. There's nothing on the in terms of cost and the profits.
Economic.
So
The economic aspect. Yes.
yes, so yeah, because we would accept the challenges if at the end the cost was reduced and profits were maximized. But if it didn't, then the challenges would not be accepted. Now, do you know if after the pandemic, the number of employees at Aramex was reduced or not?
Yes. I think this year they have reduced the number of employees, not because of the pandemic. I think they are making a transition between Jordan and Egypt. They are employing, they are making an employment right now in Egypt because of the cost of the employees and the salaries and so on.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, I would appreciate it if you give a summary of the findings of your test results at the end of chapter.
Sure.
Just a second, please. I'm going to tell you. Chapter 4, the data analysis. Well, it suddenly ends with the results of the last test, but there is nothing. It would be useful if you add some comment on the final or the conclusion of your findings of your data analysis in general, just to give us a brief about your findings
Okay.
for this one, because it's a very important part of your study. So, yeah, it would be useful to give us a summary of your findings, just all together, instead of going one by one to find the results.
Okay.
Of
So you
each.
want it to be as a paragraph? Okay, a summary.
Yes, at the end of the like a closure for this chapter. Otherwise, I really would like to thank you again, you and Dr. Yara, and I really appreciate your work on this topic, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for your time, for your efforts, and for your good comments, which
Thank you,
I
Dr.
will
Alfred.
for sure add them.
Thank you to Noah for your feedback and discussion. I'm going to now have a meeting with Dr. Noah privately and come back. I'm going
Okay. Okay.
Rafa, can you hear me now? So we can just wait for Dr. Noah to join us. Okay, I think she's here now.
Yes, Dr.
So
بقدر
I will
أسمع.
start with the Arabic part. So, thank you, Rafa, for your effort and for your discussion and presentation. I will start with the Arabic part. So إن شاء الله نتيجة حكم على أطروحة ماجستير إدارة الأعمال إنه في يوم الأربعاء 26/8.
دكتورة يارا،
تفضل
المعذرة
دكتور.
المعذرة على المقاطعة، بس عشان البروتوكول حضرتك يا ريت رفاه. ايوه بس رفاه
she can stand up. Okay,
اف.
stand up,
ايوه
Rafa.
stand up. Okay. Just face the camera, رفاه.
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you. Yeah, please, دكتورة يارا, you can read the decision.
نتيجة الحكم على أطروحة ماجستير إدارة الأعمال إنه في يوم الأربعاء الموافق 23/8/2023 نقاش لجنة مكونة من دكتور يارا إبراهيم رئيسا ومشرفا ودكتور نهى نجم كممتحن خارجي طالبة رفا سعدون، وعنوان رسالتها Remote Working Technical Performance Remote Working Role in the Employee Social Performance at Armix Company. وبعد مناقشة ومداولة أوصت اللجنة بمنح الطالبة درجة الماجستير في إدارة الأعمال، وذلك بعد استيفائها كافة التعديلات على الرسالة والمتطلبات الأكاديمية الخاصة بالبرنامج. وإذا قررت اللجنة منح الطالبة درجة الماجستير توصية بأن تجعل ما تعلمته في خدمة وطنها وأمتها إن شاء الله. مبروك رفح.
شكرا كثير دكتورة، يعطيك العافية. شكرا لجهودك معنا. شكرا دكتور إسماعيل. شكرا دكتورة نهى.
العفو.
يعطيكم
We'll
العافية.
start with the English translation. Today, Wednesday, 23rd of August, 2023, the examination committee consisting of Dr. Yara Ibrahim as supervisor and chairman and Dr. Noha Nejm as an examiner for the seated remote working technical performance, remote working role in the employee social performance at Armix Company. We examined the student Rafah Shaukat Saadoun. After discussion and deliberation, the committee recommended granting Rafa a master degree in business administration after fulfilling all the academic requirements of the program. So, مبروك رفا وإن شاء الله كل توفيق يا رفا إن شاء الله.
Thank you. شكرا كثير. يعطيكم ألف عافية.
All right,
مبروك
thank
رفا.
you. Thank you so much, Dr. Ayara, Dr. Nuha. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Rafa. Wish you the best in your study and in your career life. So, thank you so much. This is the end of this session, and we will give 10 minutes for preparation for the next session with the student Haya Al-Zamili. And inshallah, Dr. Ayara will be with us again as the examiner. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
العافيه هيا.
دكتور نون يعطيك العافية دكتور.
كيف الاستعداد؟ تمام؟
إن شاء الله تمام إن شاء الله.
طيب دقيقه، احنا بس الدكتوره يارا تكون معنا.
السلام عليكم. هيا.
السلام ورحمه
عليكم
الله.
السلام يعطيك العافية دكتورة.
طيب هيا شوفي الان عندك الكنترول على البرزنتيشن.
Yes
تمام. اوكي. Let's start.
إن شاء الله.
بسم الله. Okay, good evening everyone. You are welcome in this session to examine the MBA thesis. First of all, I'd like to welcome Dr. Yara Ibrahim in the session to examine the thesis of the student Haya Al-Zamili. I would like to introduce Dr. Yara. Dr. Yara Ibrahim is an assistant professor in finance and investment with 12 years of experience in the academic field, teaching undergraduates and postgraduate courses in national and international universities. And myself will be as the supervisor of this thesis. My name is Ismail Abu Saada. I have PhD in business administration from the International Islamic University in Malaysia, and I'm the academic coordinator for the programs of International American University in the Middle East. Okay, I will give you Haya 30 minutes to deliver the presentation of your thesis, but just let me double check if Dr. Yara is still with us or not. Hold on. One, please. I think she will be back soon. Okay. Yeah, I think Dr. Yara rejoined us. All right. Dr. Yara, can you hear us? All right. Okay. So, Haya, you have 20 minutes to deliver the presentation. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. My thesis is about the role of fintech to improve financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan. I'll talk about myself. I'm Haya Mahmoud Al-Zamili, completed my bachelor degree of pharmacy in 2015, and over 6 years I gained valuable experience working in pharmacy sector. Currently employed as an account manager at an IT company, where I leverage my background in pharmacy to contribute software development in healthcare sector. The use of technology, now I'll talk about the introduction of my thesis. The use of technology facilitates many difficult tasks in all daily life, but in pharmacies in particular, the adoption of technology is more accurate compared to normal and traditional methods. Fintech is a new area of finance sector that include all the technology used into finance and facilitate the transaction, corporation, and the services offered to customers.
Financial technology may improve pharmacies' ability to increase capital rate and the profit margin. Fintech simplify financial transaction for consumer or business, making them more accessible and generally more affordable. Fintech is considered as tight mixture between technology and financial services. And this thesis presents the role of fintech in pharmacies from B2B aspect. Now we'll talk about the problem statement. Many pharmacies in Jordan have limited access to technology and financial solution, lead to decrease in profit margin as consequence of limitation of cash flow, and affect the ability to meet financial obligation and fund day-to-day operations. Pharmacies often face challenges not to know and setting drug product prices appropriately and competitively. Manual operation and stock inventory management consume much time according to head pharmacists. Difficult to access to latest product offers and the promotion of drug stores lower their competitive advantage according to another pharmacists. Research objectives. The study main objectives to investigate the role of fintech to improve financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan. Sub-objectives to explore the current state of fintech adoption in financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan, to identify the challenges and barriers to fintech adoption in financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan, to investigate the role and investigate the impact of fintech adoption on the financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan. Research question. The study also attempts to answer this question, including what's the role of fintech to improve financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan? Another question arises from it. How can fintech help the community pharmacies to increase the cash flow in from bank and insurance company? What's the impact of fintech adoption on the financial performance of community pharmacies in Jordan? How effective is the adoption of fintech in stock management in community pharmacies? To what extent does the adoption of fintech by community pharmacies improve their ability to access to the latest promotion and offers from drugstores? The research gap. The scientific importance of this study appear by working to bridge scientific gap for this subject. And since this subject has not been studied before, this relationship and variable with these relationships and variable, and the result of the study will benefit, and this recommendation will benefit the pharmacy sector in particular and another economic sector in the Jordan. Hypothesis. Based on the study's problem and the question, the following hypotheses have been formulated. The first main hypothesis: there is no statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on financial management with its dimension, interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin of community pharmacies in Jordan. The following sub-hypotheses. The first null hypothesis, sub-hypothesis: there is no statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on interest rate of community pharmacies in Jordan. The second sub-hypothesis, null hypothesis: there is no statistically significant effect at the level of significant alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on inventory and supply management of community pharmacies in Jordan. The third sub-hypothesis, null hypothesis: there is no statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on a profit margin of community pharmacies in Jordan. As we see here, model of study. Now we study the independent variable fintech on financial management as dependent variable with its dimension, interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin of community pharmacies in Jordan. Literature review. Fintech, one of the newest trends in the finance industrial is financial technology. Fintech inventors must ensure that pharmacists and all providers are protected and they comply with data protection regulation. When electronic transaction and networking technique come into existence, the cyber concern in the financial industry was considered as a business operation issue. According to the study finding, fintech has the potential to be effective tool for fostering economic growth, but its advantage must be weighed against its associated risk. Financial management. A pharmacy must have a strong financial capability to become more competitive and then become more survival. According to Jawarna study, looking how fintech affect in small and medium enterprise in developing nation, and they lack to access to the common financial service than the larger business. Fintech is a financial service that use internet technology to offer high efficiency, flexibility, and reduce expense. Fintech has a potential to lower operational costs for small and medium business and enhance access to financial services and provide wide range of services which include crowdfunding, loans, and payments. Here we talk about methodology. I used mixed methodology in my thesis, quantitative and qualitative. A quantitative sampling method, the proposal sample consists of 351 pharmacists as owner of pharmacy, responsible for pharmacy and employee. Instrument, a questionnaire, response 345 out of 351. And the qualitative was sample of 12 pharmacies, 6 owners, 2 administrators at pharmacy, and 4 employees. Instrument, in-depth interviews. In quantitative analysis, I use SBS as the program. Sample, as we see, as I say, 351. As descriptive statics, and after validation, the study tool was presented to a group of arbitrators specialized in management for measurement and evaluation, reliability with the Cronenbach coefficient to measure internal consistency coefficient. Qualitative analysis, in-depth interview, 12 interviewees collected 6 pharmacies owner, 2 administrator, and 4 employees in pharmacy sector in Amman, Jordan, whose age around 25 to 40 years, to study the impact of fintech on financial management in pharmacy, in community pharmacies. Don't know why it's like this presentation. Main result and discussion. Accept the alternative first main hypothesis. There is statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on financial management with its dimension, interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin of community pharmacies in Jordan, consistent with the study of Sultan 2021. Accept the alternative first sub-hypothesis. There is a statistically significant effect at the level of significant alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on interest rate of community pharmacies in Jordan. It's agree with the study of Mazikht 2021, where it was found a study concluded and that information of communication technology help bank by giving the permanent positioning in the bank market, reducing cost, managing risk, achieving customer satisfaction. Accept the alternative second sub-hypothesis. There is statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on inventory and supply management of community pharmacies in Jordan. Agree with Fani 2021 as a result of advent of financial technology company in the payment system. The accept the alternative third sub-hypothesis, there is statistically significant effect at the level of significance alpha equal or less than 0.05 fintech on a profit margin of community pharmacies in Jordan. Agree with the study Al-Dawagi 2022, where it was found that utilization of data innovation affect the base of return and resources in the base of return as value pointer to evaluate monetary presentation of bank. Conclusion, the study will be held in the academic 2023, and the study will benefit the pharmacy sector on the importance of using fintech to enhance its financial management, and its result will be also benefit the rest of other economic sectors. Recommendation, benefiting from experience developed country in the field of fintech application on the quality of financial management, providing support, incentive, and privilege of the pharmaceutical sector to order to encourage it to continue adoption fintech and innovation in its activities, spreading and educating the pharmacy sector about concept of fintech and its contribution to improving the quality of its financial management, directing the policies of bank and insurance company toward contributing to the well-being of pharmacy sector and developing their needs. The researcher recommending the necessity of conducting future studies about financial technology or fintech due to its importance in improving and developing financial services in all economic sectors. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Haya. And now I will leave the floor to Dr. Yara for discussing with you the thesis. Dr. Yara, the floor is yours.
Hi. So thank you, Hires, for choosing fintech topic. It's a very interesting and it's also far away from
Excuse me, Dr. Yara, the voice is not clear. Dr. Yara?
So it was a little bit hard for you to work on such an interesting and hard topic.
Dr. Yara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. So
I think
am I
there is
clear?
a delay
Can you
in
hear
the
me or not?
voice. It's not so clear.
Okay, so let me check. Is it better now? So you can
Yeah,
feel a delay.
a little bit better. No.
Can you hear me now, Haya?
Yes.
Haya, it's okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. So what I said is the topic is very interesting and it's very hard for you because you are a pharmacist with background in pharmacy, so it's going to be hard for you to go for the fintech articles to read more about. So it was a very challenging topic, and I think you did a great effort on working on this thesis. Yeah. So let's start first. Can you hear me clearly? So am I clear to you? Can you hear me, Haya?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
So
لا
let's
لا.
start with title. You said okay. Title is the impact of fintech on the financial market.
Dr. Yara, excuse me. I think there's still a delay in the voice. I don't know what's the problem exactly, but just a moment.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Am I clear? So let's start.
Yeah.
Delay in the voice as well. Hi, am I clear to you? Hi, can
I think Dr. Yara will, she already signed out and she will join again. All right. Dr. Yara already joined.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So let's start. Your title is Impact of Fintech on the Pharmacy Financial Management, right? So
Yes,
can you please
community
move to the
pharmacy.
slide- can you move to the slide where you have your model?
Yes.
PowerPoint? Please, no, in the PowerPoint. Before that. Yes, the next one, please. It says here the dependent variable, the supply chain management. So I think it's not correct. You have to have it as a financial management, not supply chain management.
Where?
The dependent variable here,
Yes.
supply chain management. So I think it's not correct. You have
Supply
to,
chain.
yes, in the first box, the upper box, it said the dependent variable supply chain management. I think it has to be financial management. Okay.
Where? I didn't get it.
For the dependent variable, the first box, the H01,
The independent variable.
the independent, the next box, the dependent variable here.
Here.
Yes, this one, yes. It says supply chain management.
It's not financial, it's financial management.
Yes,
And
so
its dimension, interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin.
the dependent variable, what I see now is the dependent variable between brackets.
Yes. Okay, doctor, I will check.
Brackets supply chain management, so I have to change it to financial management. Okay.
Sorry,
I think in the thesis it's correct. So in this part it says financial management, but here in the PowerPoint is incorrect. The second, in the same slide, the second question will be, from where did we get, do you have any reference that interest rate, inventory and supply chain management, no, we are on the same slide. Please, we're in the model, so please go back to, yes, same slide. Do you have any reference clarifying that the financial management dimensions are interest rate, inventory and supply management, and profit margin? So do you have any article that already have those dimensions as dimensions for financial management?
Yes, I have studies of Jawarna 2023, also Khrem. Also, I provided in my thesis all study I take this dimension for financial management in pharmacy sector. It's contributed also in pharmaceutical sector, but I didn't find many studies in this subject. It's a new subject. It's a new trend. And
no, I think in financial management part, it's a very old subject. The fintech is a new
management. No, financial management and my thesis about B2B aspect from drugstores and another businesses, pharmacies. I watch this interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin. It's the main dimension, the more important dimension in this financial management in pharmacies and drugstore. The more important
please
one.
Add the model, add reference. So when you say financial management, which dimension, interest rate, inventory, and profit margin, please mention the reference that you accounted for when you choose these dimensions. So you mention a reference for those dimensions.
I'm already
I'm
attached in thesis in page 6. Financial management, ProRisk 2013, Nicholas 22, Brigham. The reference attached, but I didn't attach here in PowerPoint in the presentation.
Yes. Okay, for the page 8, dimensions for the same as dimension of the dependent variable, the financial management. Here you has interest rate, inventory and supply management, profit margin. You have definition for each dimension, but you didn't mention any reference for definition.
Page what?
In page 8, you mentioned that those are dimensions of the dependent variable, which is the financial management. So the last paragraph in page 7 and the first 3 paragraphs in page 8, you mentioned the
not
definition
sure
for
you
the
have
financial
this.
management and its dimensions.
Yes, there is no reference.
This is the one we got from the university. Yes. So I couldn't
Yes.
find any reference in your thesis or in any other study exploring that financial management has those 3 dimensions as dimensions for it. So I think you have to add reference for your definitions and reference for having those dimensions to be considered as a part of the financial management.
Yes, I'm add reference just to literature, and I'm attached to this this variable study model as a table.
It's a very minor correction, but just as a reference. It's not that big. So we can go through page. Sorry, I have it in my laptop here. We can go to page. The same. Sorry, the same goes for table 1.1. You have to add the definition for the fintech variable. You have the table, but the definition for the fintech dimension is missing. So please add dimensions in the fintech variable or definition for the fintech variable. You have the variable name in table 1.1.
In table 1.1, yes.
Page,
I have operational definition. It's fintech here in Miko and Miko 2016.
In my version of the thesis, it's empty. It has the
I
variable.
don't sure you have the final edition
Because
with you
it's
or
empty.
not.
The table
I'm
is very
sorry.
empty, so no worries. For the in the same in page 7, the hypothesis. You just wrote the null hypothesis, like there is no significant effect. There is no significant effect. So it's either you write both the the hypothesis and its null version. So you have to propose both having a significant effect or not having an effect. Because if you are proposing that all the relationships are not significant, then why you do this research? So you have to add both of hypotheses, the null one and significant one as well. This is for the page for the hypothesis. Let me check. For in page 29. 29, yes.
Chapter 3, methodology.
Yes. In the methodology part, said you did the questionnaire for the quantitative research, and you also had interviews with a pharmacist, right? But in page 29, 29, yes. The last section, the last paragraph, the second, it was devoted to fintech to improve financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan from the point of view of the bank employees.
No, I'm sorry. It's you have the old edition. Send an email. This
okay.
It's from 6 pharmacies owner to administrator for employees.
Because I got confused because I don't know if it's how you have like a point of view of the pharmacist or the bankers.
No.
Okay.
In my edition right now, it's and I sent it already
as long
yesterday.
as it's correct in the next version, so it's okay.
Yes.
I also want to ask you. Sorry I need you to go for the second slide where you have your research questions, please.
Where?
Research questions. In the PowerPoint, you have a research question.
Yes. Yes.
Can you show it here in the PowerPoint, please?
Okay. I'm sorry.
No worries. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, here. How do you think that fintech can improve the cash flow of the pharmacies?
How can fintech help the community? It's a platform. It's make integration with the banks and integration with insurance company. Banks can make facilitate loans to the pharmacies with this platform, and save time and effort from pharmacies, and also insurance company cooperation with insurance company to payment on spot without any dilation. The pharmacies in Jordan have headache with the insurance company, they dilation with payment after a
Oh,
claim, after accepting claim. Yes, it's
after
a really
accepting the
yes. When all these stakeholders integration together will contribute to increasing capital in pharmacies by increasing their cash flow. When increasing cash flow, whereby with
I
cash
got
and
your
they increase
point.
profits. Yes, thank you, Doctor.
For the third question, how effective is the adoption of fintech in stock management in community pharmacies? Here, fintech is mainly concerned with any technology that impact how you deal with money, with how you deal with finance. So it has nothing to do with stock management. With stock management, we do have a different system for inventory systems. It's also used by technology, but it's not a fintech technology. So fintech has nothing to do with the stock management. So do you have any articles that said or a reference that has explored the relationship between fintech and stock management or inventory management?
Yes, I had, but um, it's related to technology when using it's when increasing cash it's as a consequence. When increasing cash, we know how to pay from a drugstore, and supply management will be better, and then the inventory and the stock will be I have already example in thesis. But in stock management, it's indirect relationship with fintech when in using fintech. But also, it will be affected. Stock management will be more accurate. Will be more. We know how to pay from drug stores and with increasing profit margin. It's all related together.
But
But
if we
it's
do, I
supply
know what because
inventory.
if you have a better cash flow, you're going to have a better stock management. But in this case, we're going to have a mediating variable, which is very hard for you. So I think it's better to remove this question or to remove this part, which is
I
related to the stock management or the inventory management, because it has no
yes.
relation with fintech. Direct
I will.
relation. You can have indirect relations, okay, but for the direct relation between dependent and independent variable, the fintech and the stock or inventory management, it doesn't make sense. And I tried to search for it. There's no articles that have this relationship together. So it's all good except for the stock management or the inventory management part.
Dr.
Uh,
Yara, excuse me, Dr. Yara, I think just the question needs some improvement because the stock management is not for the community pharmacy. The target group is the community pharmacy. But I think her meaning that the stock management, she talking about drugstores. So the fintech will deal with the orders and payments with the drugstores. So with two separate
Oh,
companies or with two separate entities.
you,
So the fintech will deal with the payment and orders, not with the
yeah,
stock itself,
stock
not with the
management.
inventory directly.
We can change it to working capital.
Yeah,
It's going to be better.
yeah.
Working
So we
capital.
have working capital, yes. Working capital means to have money to pay and receive money for the short-term inventory or short-term account receivable. So it's better to use working capital instead of stock management. Other than that, it's all perfect. Only a minor corrections in the formatting. For the first pages, you say the numbering is ABC, so it's better to follow ABA style. And also, what I have noticed here is you do have very long paragraphs. Like for example, in the first page, it's the whole page is only one paragraph. So you have to separate different paragraph, each paragraph with different idea. That goes for chapter 1 and 2. you have the whole page in one paragraph, so it's better to separate the page into several paragraphs.
Okay.
And also the last thing is to please to check the grammar, maybe use it Grammarly, because there's some language and grammar mistakes, only minor mistakes, not that much. And at last, I would like to thank you, because fintech is even hard for the finance experts. So you have a pharmacist background and you explored and very very new trendy topic, and it's very hard topic to be explored. But I have noticed that at the beginning you said that you are working at IT company, so I think you do have a good experience with the technology. It's very good topic, and I enjoyed reading your thesis actually. Uh, Maybe just adding some references to the definitions, and adding reference to the question that you have adopted in your survey is going
I'm
to
added.
enrich.
I'm added in
That's
final.
because I
Thank
do
you.
have an older version, so it's my bad. But inshallah, I'm sure that the new version is way better.
I told you, Dr. Ismail. Listen, that is not.
It's his fault, but no worries, no problem. Inshallah,
Thank
your version will be way better. Thank you so much for your efforts, your presentations, and for your information as well.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Yara. Haya, now allow us for a few minutes to discuss with Dr. Yara about the thesis. And we will leave and we'll come back again. Thank you. Okay, Haya, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Ready to hear the decision?
Yes.
Ready?
No.
Okay. Okay. I will start with the Arabic part. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نتيجة الحكم على أطروحة ماجستير إدارة الأعمال أنه في يوم الأربعاء الموافق 23 من أغسطس لعام 2023 ناقشت اللجنة المكونة من الدكتور إسماعيل أبو سعدة مشرفا ورئيسا والدكتورة يارا إبراهيم مناقشا الطالبة هيا محمود الزاملي وبرسالتها بعنوان The Role of Fintech to Improve Financial Management of Community Pharmacies in Jordan. وبعد المناقشة والمداولة أوصت اللجنة بمنح الطالبة درجة الماجستير في إدارة الأعمال وذلك بعد استيفائها كافة التعديلات على الرسالة والمتطلبات الأكاديمية الخاصة بالبرنامج. وإذ قررت اللجنة منح الطالبة درجة الماجستير توصيها بأن تجعل ما تتعلمه في خدمة وطنها وأمتها. ألف مبارك يا هيا. Let me read the decision in English, please. The final decision on MBA thesis. Today, on Wednesday, 23rd of August, 2023, the examination committee consisting of Dr. Ismail Abu Saada as a supervisor and chairman, and Dr. Riyara Ibrahim as an examiner, the title, the role of fintech innovation platform, the role of fintech to improve financial management of community pharmacies in Jordan. Examined the thesis of the student Haya Mahmoud Al-Zamili. After discussion and deliberation, the committee recommended granting the student a master's degree in business administration after fulfilling all academics requirements of the program. Congratulations again for you, Haya.
Thank you, Dr. Yara.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Yara, for
Thank you so
this
much,
interesting
Ismail and Haya.
explanation.
Thank you, Dr. Yara. Thank you, Dr. Ismail.
Congratulations. Enjoy this moments. Thank you so much for all. This is the last defense in this day, and inshallah, we'll see you again tomorrow in a new defense sessions with other students. All the best for all our students. Thank you so much, Dr. Yara. Congratulations
Thank you,
again,
Ismail.
Haya, and for all our students who accomplished the mission today. Thank you so much.
مبروك هيا.
شكرا دكتورة.